Well, guys, breaking news. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is arrested in the Bahamas after US files criminal charges. We're going to talk about that today, okay? So let's roll that intro and let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification so when I upload my latest vids, you can get notified immediately. So this is hot off the press. This literally happened 50 minutes. Well, this article was published 50 minutes ago by CNBC. So it would have happened, 12 hours ago or less. But this is, everyone was like wondering, why is this guy still walking free? He's responsible, or partly responsible, for one of the biggest frauds in history. We're talking on the level of Bernie Madoff level, even bigger than Bernie Madoff. And how is this guy walking free for so long, for weeks? Finally, they've arrested this guy. Maybe it's got to do with the Bahamas getting an extradition treaty with the US. They didn't want to arrest him. They can't hold him. Yada yada yada. But whatever the reason, he's now arrested, and in my opinion, I think he will go to the US to face charges. See, here's the thing with the US. They don't really care about anything else as long as they don't defraud US citizens. I guess that's their duty anyway, right? They're not responsible for the rest of the world. So, yeah, this is what's going to happen, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to go back to the US and face the music. So here it says FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested by Bahamian authorities. Bahamian, okay, I've never heard of that word before. Monday evening, so yeah, yesterday, after a United States attorney of a Southern District of New York shared a sealed indictment with the Bahamian government, setting the stage for extradition to the US trial for one-time crypto billionaire at the heart of the crypto exchange's collapse. Before the arrest was announced, Sam Bankman-Fried had been expected to testify virtually before the House of Financial Services Committee on Tuesday, but his attorneys told CNBC that he will not testify. Well, of course he won't now. He'll be in jail. He arrested is the first concrete move by regulators to hold individuals accountable for the multi-billion-dollar implosion of FTX last month. Now, if you want to hear, a really good video of exactly how this guy orchestrated everything. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty for everything. I'm just saying that he's certainly guilty for misappropriating FTX investors' money. Okay. Now he's going to face multiple charges, even money laundering, even many different charges that the US will get him on. Whether he's convicted on those is yet to be seen, or if he's convicted on any. But I don't think he's going to walk free. But if you want to find out how he could have orchestrated all this, and how he moved the money, and how he used the air tokens, FTT, to basically create money out of thin air to then exchange it for real money, go and watch this video here on Value Entertainment, which is a great channel, by the way. And Michael Saylor, he basically deconstructs everything. This is an awesome interview, and it was done 7 days ago, and it's already got 641,000 views. And he basically breaks it down exactly what FTX SBF did, all right, to get this money, allegedly. But if we go to Kroll, you can have a look at the actual legal proceedings of what's happening with FTX, event by event, what's happened so far, when's the next hearing, yada, yada, yada. It's got the dates, the parties involved. Some really good information on this website. And then it's got the debitors, right? So these are the debitors. There's a long list of debitors. And these are basically, FTX owes money to these firms or companies, all right? So it's a long list here. So this is just the debitors, all right? We're not even talking about unsecured creditors yet. Unsecured creditors comes after the debitors. The debitors going to come in, they're going to take their money. Where's our money first? And then the unsecured creditors, because they're unsecured, which is FTX investors, people that put money into the exchange, they're going to become last. So if you got money in FTX, and I had very little, by the way, because I didn't keep my money on the exchanges. I keep saying that 100 million times. Don't keep your money on the exchanges. Just use the centralized exchanges and these lending platforms for what they are, and then take the money off. Don't keep the money on. I mean, I wouldn't even invest in any type of centralized DeFi platform. Well, it's not even a DeFi platform if it's centralized, but any type of lending platform, anything, or even any type of centralized exchange. Do your business and then get it off. So these debtors will come first, and then the unsecured creditors, which he ripped off, will come last. So essentially, I highly doubt you're going to see any money at all.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
I mean, there's people, just go and Google and you'll see the horror stories. Then we're not even talking about the celebrities yet, like Shaq, Stephen Curry, Tom Brady. I mean, they put hundreds of millions in. So, but I mean, obviously they got a whole lot more money, but still losing a couple $100 million in FTX, even for anyone, is still a hell of a lot of money. So have a look at this site. I'll put the link below. Then you can follow it if that's your thing on the next the actual proceedings, and kind of like what's happening with what's going to happen. Okay. Even if we go and have a look at the FTX collapse here, this is by the Telegraph. FTX collapse worse than Enron claims cryptocurrency firms liquidator. So basically the person, or the liquidator, John Ray, he's the one that looked after Enron back in the, what was it, the 80s? I think it was the 80s. I'm not exactly sure, but it was a long time ago. He said that this FTX is even worse than Enron. You're going to see more and more cryptocurrency exchanges or firms or companies that had invested big time and leveraged FTT token. They're also going to go under. This is they're saying basically this is worse than Enron. And don't forget to our little friend Bernie Madoff. Do you remember Bernie Madoff? Well, he's responsible for the largest Ponzi scheme in history, defrauded thousands of investors, tens of billions of dollars over the course of 17 years, possibly longer. He was sentenced to 150 years in prison and forced to forfeit 170 billion. Okay, so he got to see, the thing with Bernie Madoff was he basically died in prison, and the amount of time that he had to serve, he wasn't getting out. The thing with SBF, they've got to put this guy away for a long time. All right, they've got to put this guy away for a long time. It's enough that he can't get out, and then because he's got billions tucked away. So in my opinion, he would have just like tucked away millions, hundreds of millions at least, minimum, on offshore accounts or in crypto. He'd have it in crypto wallets, Bitcoin, just safely tucked away. So then whatever he gets from here, from this, let's just say he goes to jail and he serves, I don't know, 5 years. He comes out in 5 years' time. He'll have all, and then he's like exonerated. Well, he's like, he can't be charged for that anymore because he's already served his time. 5 years is nothing to him, because then he'll have hundreds of millions, if not billions, tucked away. Then he can disappear out of the limelight, and then live happily ever after on billions of dollars, which is investors' money. What they need to do with this clown is they need to lock him up for life and confiscate or try to recover and get the money or the crypto that he has. Somehow get it all back to then pay back debitors and unsecured creditors, which are mom and pop people that invested in FTX. That's what they need to do. Lock this guy up. And if you think that I'm being a bit harsh on this, I'm not being harsh at all, because if we wind back the clock, you guys might remember this, but this guy here, Ross Ulrich, he's serving a double life, 40 plus years, basically double life sentence, 40 plus years. He's already been locked up for 10 years because he created an anonymous e-commerce website which allowed people to transact using Bitcoin, right? The website, you probably already know, Silk Road. And He's locked up for double life, 40 years plus, for creating a website. Yes, okay, he's partly responsible because people were using it to do hits and drugs and all illegal activities, and he could have taken it down. But he's not responsible for those people that were buying speed and coke and whatever else. Okay, but he got 40 years. So if he can get 40 years for making a website, I'm pretty sure that this guy here, you know what, they should just give him 40 years as well. So then he's walking out of prison when he's 70. I mean, a guy makes a website, this guy defrauds customers of billions of dollars. I think it's a fair exchange. What do you reckon? Because if there's no justice done here, and if this guy doesn't go to jail for a very long time, then it just goes to show you that his money that he gave to the Democrats, to Biden and whoever else that he basically was saying, hey, you know what? Here's millions of dollars to your campaign, so then he can have protection. It just goes to show you that nothing. We haven't really achieved anything here at all. The only true cryptocurrency here is Bitcoin, because you have custody over your money, and don't trust all these other coins, these other air tokens that are controlled by a central entity or a person. Like Sam Bankman-Fried, he controlled FTT and Serum and a few others, or had major stakes in, okay? Whereas Bitcoin, no one controls Bitcoin. There's no central entity like a Steve Jobs or an Apple or someone, there's no figurehead controlling it. Bitcoin is decentralized. It's trustless, permissionless. No one can get in between you sending your Bitcoin to another person. They can't block that transaction. That's why Bitcoin is the only true cryptocurrency, in my opinion. Alright guys, so let me know your thoughts. How long should they lock this guy up for? In my opinion, they should lock him up and throw away the key. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, you guys have your own opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update.